Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Breach League Hardcore. Last episode we were focusing a lot on our challenges by running Veil side areas. I was hoping to get more progress done, but at the end of the day we're still stuck at 5 out of 10 Veil bosses complete. I don't know, it takes so long, you know? So today, let's just switch it back, rewind it back, and maybe let's do some maps again. So maybe today we'll do a Crystal Ore Tier 1 map. I don't think we've done that before. Oh no, we have. Okay, so we've done the Crystal Ore. And I think I've done the desert, so I guess today we're doing Jungle Valley. Jungle Valley, I would say, is one of the harder maps for Tier 1. They take reduced damage from crit. That's actually okay. So, I don't know. Let's just get this done. And then go from there, Okay, Jungle Valley.
Verdant canopies shroud the world in dark.
Determination. So, they take reduced damage from critical strikes, increase monster variety. Shouldn't be too bad. A lot of people have been providing suggestions on how to increase our damage and increase our defense. More so damage than defense, to be honest. But that's okay. I guess a lot of times the focus is on offense. And I'm liking all the suggestions so far. Because we have limited currency, we can only actually do a couple of the suggestions. I'm thinking that picking up a rear guard might be a good idea. I don't want it to mess with our stun too much. In order to pick up the rear guard, it has to, basically whatever quiver I exchange, it has to make up for the double stun duration that we lose. And that's a big difference. Rear guard or drill neck, that's still on my mind. Someone mentioned additional totem, like I'm assuming that would be the skirmish. But you have to keep in mind that what we need, at the end of the day, this is a stun build, right? This is a Siege Ballista stun build, and in order to stun, you need for your individual hits to break the stun threshold. What that means is, even though we get more DPS by having a third totem, we'll actually have less individual damage per hit. Just due to the fact that instead we're adding DPS by adding more attacks. We actually don't want to add more attacks, we want more individual damage. So we gotta keep all that in mind. Oh my god. And you know what? Maybe I'll complain less now. Today the tool, or yesterday I guess, the tool breach got nerfed. And that's actually a very good sign. That probably means those breaches will be a bit easier to do. Now we just need to make sure we have enough damage to actually stun map bosses, and then that'll be it. Oh, completing master missions. That challenge is now not necessarily complete, but part of it is completed. 1 out of 5 masters. And we're, in terms of challenges, we are getting there, Slowly but steadily. If we just work on it a little bit every day, there's no reason why we shouldn't get to a pretty high point in the challenges. Obviously, we don't play much as everybody else, but in such cases, maybe we just have to be a lot more efficient. We have to use all the tricks that we know. I don't want this. What just dropped? The web. Weapon of crafting. What? Weapon of crafting? Oh, that's okay. I'm assuming there's a suffix with of crafting. I wasn't aware of this, but apparently it exists. I mean, overall, if you just look right here, I don't want to say our damage is abysmal. It is fine, but I'm sure we can get it to be higher. Just need to figure out, and it has to be like static damage. It's gonna have to come from our quiver, I think, or a weapon. I'm starting to think Drill Neck is actually... Drill Neck might have to be the... Well, actually no, that's not true. I'm doing all this assuming that I don't have... I'm assuming all my stuff is fully linked, but... If I were to get a 6 link or a 5 link, I mean, that would be pretty good in itself. Obviously, it's more expensive than something like a drill net upgrade or a rear guard upgrade. Oh. So there's that. But it could work. That would be a big damage boost, at least 30%. Oh, it's a hand. And another! And another! Nice. Are there any more? Any more hands around? Here. Getting some good shit! Wow, okay. Oh, and then Old Natal was actually in here. I didn't even notice. Sweet. Okay, I'm really worried about that boss room. If you've never done... if you've never done this boss, you would be worried too. Or if you've done it before, you would be worried too. In the past, this map used to be like a high tier map. Now it's a tier 1 map. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's easier now? I'm not sure. But I remember it being really hard. The Reso's Passion. Okay, well that's another unique item to identify. So, you know, every episode just moving up on the list of challenges that we have to do. You know, slowly clearing those off, checking off the boxes. And you know, that's good news. Like, we're getting progress. You know, EXP isn't the only form of progress at this point in the game, right? Currency, challenges, Atlas, a lot of things that we can check off throughout the day, and I mean that's where you get your feedback loop, right? Like that's where you get all your satisfaction. Yo, dog, that's a cartographer's strongbox. We could seriously build up our map pool with that. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Do I want to elk this thing? I don't think I want to corrupt it, especially since we're only in a tier 1 map. That wouldn't be worth it. But I wouldn't mind getting a bunch of tier 1 map drops like that. That's not bad. Especially since we don't have that many. Like a bunch of tier 2s just to build up our base map pool. I'm down with that. How's this? You know, if this thing had some resistance, I would really like it. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. 22 to 35 fire damage to attacks. That's a weapon right there. And doubled in a breach, so that's 44 to 75. Or 44 to 70. You kidding me? Let's put it in the shop. I don't know, maybe somebody will want it for like a chaos. I mean, no resistances, but that's a lot of damage. Okay, let's put away the card. Put away the hammer, and the unique. Okay, I came back because I needed Alk and Scour. We don't have that many Scourings, actually. I thought we would have more. I'm surprised. Scour and Alk. That's not that good. Scour and Alk. Good enough? Casts on damage taken, support. Sure. We don't have that many Scourings, so we can't mess with it too much. Cast when damage taken. Here. Thank you, and soon. Have another one? Sorry. I wish I did. I wish I could help, bud. Soon. Alright. Let's do it. Oh, baby. That wasn't a great cartographers. As a matter of fact, I don't think it was worth my 2 alks and 2 scourings. That's basically 2 chaos. But, hey man, I don't get many cartographers, and you know what? Overall, that wasn't too bad. Just got a bunch of jungle valleys, basically. A bunch of tier 1 maps. That's still worth it, I guess. Like, it's fine. Did I get an arcade? Okay, the fact that I got an arcade makes me happy, because that was one of the tier 1 maps that I was missing. Down here. So I can do that now. Okay. I'm satisfied. Let's get this. More life, more strength. And then increased effect of non-aura? Oh, non-curse auras. Okay. So now we probably have a bit more armor. Okay. Let's open up the breach. It's another Ul Natul breach. Gotta be careful here. Don't want to get surrounded. Maybe go from here. Oh, scouring, that's nice. These physical, like, wall thingies are pretty annoying, but like, I feel like our damage is doing pretty well. Like, I hear a lot of sounds, it means we're killing a lot of things. I don't know if we got any splinters out of it. No, I guess not. What did we get? We got a scouring. We got a card. We got 2 cards. That's it? Oh, we got a map. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, if I'm able to kill a rare mob in a breach, that would make me satisfied. I don't think this ghost is gonna get anywhere. Let's just try and stun it. Okay, it didn't drop anything. Oh, it got away. Even though it was stunned, it can get away? Okay, that's a problem. I think we really need to start saving up currency. I need a 5-link. I think that's the conclusion that I'm drawing. Like, a drill neck would be nice, but it costs quite a bit, doesn't it? Hold on. PoE.trade. Oh man, it's taking a while to load. Okay, PoE.trade drill neck. Drill neck quiver. Basically, any quiver we change out, like, I really like this quiver. It has to make up for the 50% chance to double stun duration. 7 chaos for a corrupted drill neck. I do want corrupted drill necks. Because the 10% chance to pierce is not that worth it for me. It's not that expensive. 7 chaos? I mean, I don't have 7 chaos right now, but we can make it eventually. Alright, where's the boss? Just gotta be careful. They just keep spawning, I think. That's the problem with this area. Until you kill the boss, spiders keep spawning. So we gotta find the guy. I think he's around here somewhere. If I can keep him stunned, that'd be nice. Well, there he is. On the bright side, we can keep up our flasks very easily, I bet. Simply due to the fact that we're killing so much stuff. We're very tanky right now. I think we're okay. Let's just keep moving, keep kiting. Let's not get cocky. That was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. Okay.
I cannot carry this.
Honestly, the best upgrade I could get is like a stupid good bow, like a really good bow. That's our most important item, the bow, because that's where all of our damage is coming from. If I can just get a stupid amount of damage on it, like that'd be really nice. But I mean, and then we can focus everything else on defense. But right now that doesn't seem to be the case. Like, who knows when we'll get something like that. That's all based on luck. So, okay, Jungle Valley, Jungle Valley, Jungle Valley, Crystal Ore, Crystal Ore, Desert, Desert. I hope I didn't have a challenge where I had to find like a special kind of cartographers or something, because if I did, I'd be pretty upset. Map tiers. Twinned? We should try and do some twin maps. Complete maps that have these Sexton mods. Unid'd rare maps, corrupted jewels, beyond demons, breach uniques, breach lords, encounters, ascension. Okay, I don't think there's a challenge requiring cartographers. But I totally forgot we had to do twin maps and we had to do unid'd maps. We should probably look at those soon. Or right now, actually. Don't know which one I want to do first. I mean, the best case scenario is we get an unid'd twin map. Do I have any completed stacks yet? Life armor and the scholar. I mean, we can go take these and turn them in right now. Sure.
Purger of corruption.
Trade the scrolls and trade the life armor. The life armor is a pretty shitty armor. Plus 97 to life. That's pretty cool. But it's a blue. I guess it's okay for crafting. What's the eye level? 73, so that's my level.
What do you need now?
I don't know. I'll augment it. Rip.
What do you need now? You will be remembered.
Oh, I'm getting texts. Hold on. Ow. Okay. What was I doing? Maps. Right. What? My mind is just everywhere right now. Let's go do another map. It is currently 18 minutes, so we have plenty of time. Let's do an arcade map and maybe roll twinned on it. Twinned? Twinned? I mean, it's probably easier to just take these, put the currency over here, and maybe just transmute these two. Sorry guys, I'm getting a lot of text right now. Sorry. I did not get twinned. I don't want to run the Jungle Valley un-ID'd. We could run the Crystal Ore un-ID'd. That'd be kind of fun. But let's get these, you know, out of the way first. I want to find a twin map, man. But I don't want to spend too much currency. Whatever, let's just do this one. Monsters take 26% reduced extra damage from crit. I spent too much already. Like I don't want to spend any more. It's not worth spending all this currency on tier 1 maps. Like I understand that. So maybe you just maybe we'll just, you know, slowly roll a bunch of tier 1 maps and eventually one of them will roll twinned or something. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the last map in the 4 tier 1s that we have to complete. We currently have 3 bonus objectives. After this one we'll have 4, obviously.
You there.
Marichi mission. Now I'm not too happy about the fact that I wasn't thinking and I rolled undead, so that means we're just gonna be running into a bunch of necromancers, which might be a little annoying. Especially since our siege ballistas don't actually auto-target. So it doesn't know to prioritize the necromancers first. Obviously with the spread that our siege ballistas have, it'll be fine, but see, you get problems like this. All this stuff in the back are getting resurrected because I don't know where this necromancers are. Like that is annoying. Anyways, I think, you know, we're starting to approach New Year's, and if there's one thing that I want to, like, I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions because I'm that guy. I'm a pessimist, a little bit at least. I'm like, what's the point of New Year's resolutions if I'm just gonna break it anyways, right? But I feel like I should make a New Year resolution this year, and the big thing is maybe I should stop being such a pessimist. And that's not an easy thing to do, but at the very least, like I find even while recording, I'm like complaining all the time. And honestly, like, you know, that's one of the, if not the most, but one of the most like one of the sins of like social conversations, you know, complaining all the time, being a pessimist, it's not good. So like for the last couple episodes, and I made it seem like such a big deal to you guys, you know, I'm like, I'm so worried about damage isn't good, my defense isn't good, holy crap, my character is shit. I don't actually feel that way, and I mean that in the sense where I'm actually enjoying myself very much, and I know I've been saying that, you know, even though the damage is bad, I've been enjoying this character. But honestly, like I'm pretty stubborn too, so it's like I really want this character to work out, and I feel like it's working so far. We just have to incrementally improve it until it continues to work. That's why I don't want to make too many drastic changes to this character, unless I find that, you know, it's really not gonna work. But so far, you know, I'm actually optimistic that it'll be able to do late game content. That might not be true, but here's hoping, you know. And I guess it's true. The only problem we have right now is certain breach lords and certain map bosses aren't getting stunned, and that's an indication that we don't have enough damage. We could solve that, right? Once again with the 5-link, we could solve that with the passive tree. So there are a lot of ways that we can deal with it. I don't know if spending currency for new equipment is the way right now, but the drill neck is really tempting. That has nothing to do with pessimism. That right there, that's assassinate the target within time limit. That's me wanting to explore, you know? I want to experiment. Okay, can we keep this guy stunned? That way we can kill him. Let's pop a sulfur flask so I can do some more damage. There we go. Alright. Oh, Varici, let me talk to you. I did talk to you. I didn't even remember talking to you. That's how nice the new master missions are now. That's how nice they are. I don't even remember talking to the man. He just kind of showed up in front of me and was like, oh, mission complete. Here you go. Here's the EXP you wanted. Do you guys have some New Year's resolutions? Okay. I purposely try not to make New Year's resolutions. But there are actually some that I want to make now because, you know, I'm more concerned about like the gym, you know. It's one of those things that I should go to the gym, I should try and lose some weight. Never do it, man. Never do it, because I'm like, I'm not gonna bother to make this resolution because I know I'm not gonna do it. That's just setting yourself up for defeat. So this year, you know, I'm gonna make a couple of New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna write it down, and you know, the fact that I don't make New Year's resolutions, it's like, oh, I would like to do this, but I know I'm not going to do this. The point of resolutions is to force yourself to get out of your comfort zone. You know. So why haven't I ever done that? Like, I don't know. I was very comfortable with my life the way it was, you know, in the past few years. But not to say I'm not, but there's always room to improve. You know, and that applies to Path of Exile too. There's always room to improve our character right here. Not necessarily to change it drastically, but slight improvements, you know, where the gameplay doesn't change, but maybe the clear speed does, right? Or our tankiness does. So yeah, I mean, are you guys planning on making New Year's resolutions? I know a lot of people are like, I'm not gonna make them. And a lot of people say it like this. I think, you know, my opinion was a pretty popular one. It's like, I'm not gonna bother making a resolution because what's the point? I'm just gonna break it. Like, I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. But right there, you're setting yourself up for failure already, right? So, oh, that hurt. Okay. We got a ghetto map, a tier 2 map. That's nice.
I cannot carry this.
What am I doing? There we go.
Glad you made it back.
Okay, let's sell all this stuff. We managed to get 2 rings. That's kind of nice. They're not good.
Good luck with your maps.
But that's fine. Let's actually get back into the map. There's still a lot to clear. And hopefully we can get more map drops. Because that would be great as well. Obviously with tier 1 maps, it's just like running Dried Lakes. Everything is so... It's supposed to be like super easy. You know, this is like the intro to maps. This is Maps 101. Tier 1 maps. And it's not much different than farming like a regular Act 4 Merciless Zone. But as you do higher level maps, the mods start increasing. You know, the difficulty of the mobs the difficulty of the map mods start getting harder. And that's when we'll have to worry a little. See, there it is again. I'm like being pessimistic. Actually, I don't know. It's not being pessimistic. If anything, I'm just preparing myself. Alright? There's no point in saying, ah, we'll be fine when we get there. When we get there, we'll get there. We'll fucking do it live. Have to be prepared. Be like, okay, we're gonna need this much defenses when we get to this tier of maps, right? And when you start seeing signs of, you know, bad defense... not bad defense, like diminishing defense. I want to be careful with my choice of words. Diminishing defense and diminishing offense. You know, you're gonna have to do something about it. I don't think right now we have so much room to improve that it's not gonna be a high concern. The only concern right now is, okay, how do we farm up enough currency so that by the time we get to tier 4, tier 5 maps, we'll be able to keep up with it. And I think the answer to that is just play more, you know? Maybe we'll, you know, it's called grinding gear games. Maybe we actually have to grind a little. Right? Like for the last 30 episodes, we haven't been grinding. Like I wouldn't call it grinding. We've been progressing. We've been going through the motions and, you know, from from normal to merciless, we never really stopped to level. We were just, you know, going from one area to the next zone, progressing, and then leveling as we go. Now we might come to the point where it's like, okay, I need to maybe sit in tier 1 maps for like 3 episodes. Maybe sit in tier 2 maps for 3 episodes. Okay, now I have developed a map pool, now it's time for tier 4 maps. Stuff like that, right? We need to start getting more patient. I myself, I'm already quite a slow player, and by that I mean, like, we've been taking it nice and slow. We've been going very steady, not rushing things, which is why we've been keeping up with this pace for so long. And I know that a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but there are a lot of people who are like, well, that's not the meta, that's not the style. You need to clear fast. That's how you get all the currency. If you want to make money, right? Like, that's what you have to do. But this is sort of our style, and I think that we've been doing okay with it. How are there still 20 monsters remaining? Excuse me? What am I missing? But yeah, like, we're gonna have to maybe go even slower. And not by, oh, our clear speed is gonna slower, but maybe we farm the same spot for 2 or 3 days, you know? Farm the same maps for a few days, and then we move on to the next tier. That's what I'm referring to. Obviously, progression is going to be slower because the leveling is going to get a lot slower too. It's going to take a lot more experience points just to get a higher level. I hear sounds. I hear necromancers. See, now it's a 24. Some necromancer dick is reviving everything. Here it is. It's you. You're the problem. Are we good? There. 0 monsters remaining. We are done. We are done. We're still at 32 minutes, but that's a pretty good spot to cut it off, I think. We managed to do all 4 maps. We still need to complete the Twin Challenge, or work towards the Twin Challenge, as well as the Unid'd Maps Challenge. We should keep that in mind. Last week, I totally forgot about it, and at the end, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do like 16 tiers of Unid'd maps and 16 tiers of twin maps. I'm never gonna get that done. Or 15 tiers, I guess. So, and then there's this giant endgame grind, huh? Kill Breach Lord, fulfill prophecy in a map. Fulfill a prophecy in a map is something we can do. Killing Azara over and over might not be fun. Killing Utsiri, it's going to be something that we're going to need to get used to if we want to get, you know, 36 challenges. Still a lot to do. A lot to do. Like I said, you know, in our guide to maps, you finish Act 1 to 4 in Merciless and you think that's the end of the game. No, you are very mistaken. That's only the beginning, right? There is so much more that we have to do, and I am just I get excited every time, you know, when this happens, and I'm like, you know what, this is why I come back to this game. This is why, like, there's, I don't want to say unlimited content, unlimited power, but you know, it continues to keep me entertained. All these micro goals, you know, you get something done every single day. So today we're up to 4 bonus objectives, so we completed 2 more. But yeah, that's actually the end of this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you could leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Soon.